Looks like he is about to make his appearance.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jefferson Clinton.
Historic event in Baker County's history to have a figure of such national prominence, the 42nd President of the United States. Mr. Bill Clinton.
Thank you. Thank you, Fred. Thanks, Brad. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. And in West Virginia, she's going to have a great Tuesday there. And she's going to win a big victory in West Virginia. And it's going to be great. And she's going to do very well in Kentucky, which votes a week later, the deadline day for Oregon. The poll came out last week saying she was ahead 59-32 there. And she's been doing well everywhere where people know her and where they need a president. So I want to begin by saying, first, this has been an amazing primary. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. We started with a very good field. The people have been eliminated better than the other guys nominate sometimes, by a long ways. And we've had record numbers of voters, record numbers of people participating in the campaign, and record numbers of people giving small amounts of money. So that this has become a truly democratic process, both big D and little d. And it's a good thing we're going to finish it off in a democratic way. I mean, aren't you glad that Oregon gets to vote and that your vote will count? In a contest this close, don't you think every state should vote and every vote should be counted? I really think that's the essence of where we are now. This has been an exhilarating thing. But I want to say this, however this comes out, my candidate, our family, and our supporters will do everything we can to unite this party when it's over, because we need to win this election in November and turn this country around. And I want to talk today just for a few minutes about why I think you ought to vote for her. And you know, I know this has been billed as a bring your ballot thing, because you can actually go mail in as soon as this is over. And as I understand it, postage goes up tomorrow, so you might want to mail in today. But let me just say a few words about this. This country is poised for change because for the last 7+ years, it has been ruled for the first time in both the White House and the Congress by the extreme right wing of the Republican Party. They've been talking and doing well in elections for decades now, but the American people never actually got a chance to see what they do if they were in the saddle and nobody was trying to stop them. And so we saw it, and in 2006, the American people voted to give the control of Congress back to the Democrats, and in 2008, I think they're going to give the White House back to the party of the people, because the people have been left out of Parliament. Now, therefore, I would argue there are only two relevant things to your decision here. Who would be the best president, and who is most likely to win? And I want to make my case for Hillary. First, both these candidates have offered quite compelling visions of how America should change. Senator Obama says, vote for me because I symbolize a new America. We're going to have a post-partisan, post-racial America where we're all working together. Hillary says, vote for me because the only way we can get to that post-partisan, post-racial America is if we become a country of shared prosperity, shared opportunities, and shared responsibilities again. That this country cannot stand another 7 or 8 years where the top 10% get 90% of the economic gains and 43% go to the top 1%. That's worse than some Latin American countries having dictatorship. And the way to get beyond party is to give us big things to work on together again. And I'll tell you about this in a minute, she's had as good a record as anybody can run this year, getting big things done with Republicans working with her. But the way to do it is to give people something we can all agree on that needs to be done to bring America together. And the great questions of this election are, number one, how can we get this economy going again? How can we rebuild the middle class, give poor people a chance to work their way into it, and reclaim a good future for the young people of America? Number two, how can we restore the standing of America in the world as the leading trusted source for peace and prosperity and security? How can we bring the soldiers home from Iraq? How can we take care of our military, do what we have to do against the terrorists in Afghanistan, and take care of the veterans? Those are the big questions facing this country today. I think Hillary would be the best to do that. And I think it for the following reasons. Number one, she got the best economic plan. Look at where we are. I've already said what happened, that 90% of the benefits went to 10% of the people. That's why most Americans think they're already in a recession, because incomes are flat and costs are exploding. When you gave me the opportunity to serve, and I'm grateful to Oregon for voting for me twice, I thank you very much for that. And when you did, our economy produced almost 23 million jobs. In this decade, only 5 million. Almost 8 million people worked their way from poverty up into the middle class. That's the American dream. And it's about all poor people want, is a fair chance to work hard and take good care of their children. In this decade, 5 million people have fallen from the middle class back into poverty while they were working. That's the American nightmare. In the last decade, median family income after inflation rose $7,500 a year across all regional and racial lines. We not only need to bridge the traditional divides, we need to bridge the divides of place here. Nobody needs to be left out. And the small towns and the rural areas have to be part of this economic revival. We can't all have it going to other places. In this decade, median family income is $1,000 lower today after inflation than it was the day I left office. While energy costs are up $2,000 a family, health care costs have doubled, college costs up 75%, the average debt of a graduating college student up 50%. This year alone, the average car will cost $450 more to operate. The average family will spend at least $250 more for food. That is the setting in which this election unfolds in America. So, here's Hillary's plan to deal with it. First, she says you can't get incomes up unless there are more jobs in America. This country has 300 million people. You cannot produce 5 million jobs every 7 years and expect to raise incomes. It can't be done. She says we should begin with 8 million jobs that cannot be outsourced. 3 million doing something we should have been doing all along, fixing our rail lines, our roads, our bridges, promoting clean water systems. Those things will promote efficiency, cut costs, and put people to work. And even more important, we should follow the lead of other wealthy countries that actually are creating middle-class jobs and growing together by repealing the subsidies that never should have been given to the big oil and nuclear companies in the first place 2 years ago, creating a strategic energy fund, and investing in homegrown clean energy and energy efficiency to make America more independent and to save the planet for the young people. You can create 5 million jobs.